Good evening, viewers. You're watching GW News Recap. I'm your anchor Azin Jamir, bringing to you the top stories of the week. Let's have a look at the stories that made it to the headlines. The third Triparted high-level meeting between the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization, the Government of India and the Government of Nagaland on the proposed Frontier Nagaland Territory was held on July 23rd in New Delhi. Nagaland police have submitted a charge sheet against IS officer Rani Welford in connection with allegations of sexual harassment of female employees during his tenure as Joint Secretary of Investment and Development Authority of Nagaland. India's Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar on July 21st has resigned as the Vice President of India on the first day of the monsoon session, citing health concerns. And now the news in details. The third tripartite high-level meeting between the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization, the Government of India and the Government of Nagaland on the proposed Frontier Nagaland Territory was held on July 23 in New Delhi. According to an ENPO statement received, the meeting convened at the new Ministry of Home Affairs Police Complex at Chanpat saw major contentious issues on the F&T proposal being resolved. This tripartite meeting could resolve major contentious issues on F&T and had narrowed down the differences except for some points to be settled from the side of the state government of Nagaland. The Government of India's delegation was led by Union Home Secretary Govind Mohan and included Intelligence Bureau Director Tapan Dekka, Additional Secretary Home Northeast Piyush Goyal, Advisor Northeast A.K. Mishra, Joint Secretary Northeast Niraj Kumar Bansot and Joint Director Rakesh Kamble. The Nagaland government was represented by Home Commissioner Anup Kinji and Joint Resident Commissioner Sharon Longchari. The ENPO team was led by its President Chingmak Chang. ENPO stated that central officials had shown serious and practical engagement with the issue and confirmed that significant progress had been made. The Union Home Secretary is said to have asked the Nagaland government's representatives to resolve some of their stands within a fortnight. The next tripartite meeting is expected to take place in August. ENPO expressed optimism that the remaining differences would be addressed at the earliest to avoid further delay in the establishment of the Frontier Nagaland Territory. It also acknowledged the support of churches and individuals who have offered prayers and logistical assistance throughout the process. Nagaland police have submitted a charge sheet against IS officer Rani Welford in connection with allegations of sexual harassment of female employees during his tenure as Joint Secretary of Investment and Development Authority of Nagaland. During a hearing on July 22, the Kohima bench of Guwahati High Court was informed that the police had submitted the charge sheet on June 30. The public prosecutor submitted that the charge sheet was forwarded to the Chief Judicial Magistrate on July 2. The petitioner's counsel requested more time to file a reply, which the court allowed. The matter is listed for hearing after 2 weeks. Wilfred, a 2015 batch IS officer, had filed a petition before the High Court seeking to quash both the FIR and a complaint letter filed by the Nagaland State Commission for Women over the alleged harassment during his ITN tenure. He was placed under suspension on May 21st with disciplinary proceedings initiated under Sub-Rule Clause 3 of Rule 3 of the All India Services Discipline and Appeal Rules 1969. At the time of his suspension, he was serving as Joint Secretary in the Finance Department. Additionally, Wilfred has been restricted from leaving his station without prior permission from the Chief Secretary. It may be noted that the officer is also facing prosecution under Sections 10 and 12 of the POCSO Act of alleged sexual assault of 2 minor domestic helpers during his tenure as Deputy Commissioner of Nagaland. The ongoing President's rule in troubled Manipur to be extended till August 13, according to the Parliamentary Bulletin from Rajya Sabha. According to a parliamentary bulletin from Rajya Sabha, it has been revealed that Union Home Minister Amit Shah and Minister of Cooperation have given a notice of their resolution admitting the extension of the President's rule in the Northeast state. The House approved the continuance in force of the proclamation dated the 13th February 2025 in respect of Manipur issued under Article 356 of the Constitution by the President for a further period of 6 months with effect from 13th August 2025. The ethnic violence has plagued The state since 2023 has claimed over 250 lives and left thousands homeless. The violence has largely been fueled by tensions between the Meitei community based in the Imphal Valley and the Kuki-Zo tribes in the surrounding hilly regions. The resignation of Chief Minister N. Biren Singh earlier this year led to the imposition of President's rule in Manipur from February 13. India's Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar on July 21st has resigned as the Vice President of India on the first day of the monsoon session, citing health concerns. The resignation has sparked speculation about what prompted the move. Dhankar, also the chairman of the upper house of the parliament, announced his resignation. The ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, which had nominated him for the post, has yet to comment on his resignation. But many opposition leaders have expressed surprise at the move, with one MP saying there was more to it than meets the eye. Dhankar, 74, took office in August 2022 with his term set to run till 2027. On July 21st, Dhankar presided over a Rajya Sabha, the upper house session, and swore in new members. But on Monday evening, he submitted his resignation letter to President Triparted Murmu, saying he wanted to prioritize healthcare and abide by medical advice. It has been a privilege and satisfaction to witness and partake in India's remarkable economic progress and unprecedented exponential development during this significant period. Serving in this transformative era of our nation's history has been a true honor, Dhankar said in the letter. The abrupt move sent ripples through political circles, with some remarking that they had spoken to Dhankar just hours before his resignation. A Bangladesh Air Force jet crashed into a college in the capital Dhaka on Monday, killing at least 27 people, mostly children, in the country's deadliest air incident in recent memory. The crash at the Milestone School and College campus in the Diabari neighborhood of northern Dhaka injured 171 others on July 21st. Most of the injured are students who are being treated in hospitals in the capital, the military said. Students were attending afternoon classes when the BAF F-7 jet hit the two-story campus around 1:18 p.m. local time after a mechanical fault. Authorities have launched an investigation into the cause of the crash. Of those killed, 25 were children and 78 people are receiving treatment at various hospitals in Dhaka. Scores of people rushed towards the crash site, where emergency crews could be seen trying to extinguish the smoking wreckage of the jet. It is the deadliest plane crash in the Bangladesh capital in recent memory. In 2008, another F-7 training jet crashed outside Dhaka, killing its pilot, who had ejected after he discovered a technical problem. The government announced a day of mourning on July 22 with flags to fly at half-staff across the country. Well, viewers, that's it for this week's news recap. For more news like this, you stay connected to Global Window. Good night.